Isang mapayapang hapon Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV. Lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Sa mundo ng sining at pagtatanghal, talent alone is never enough. Ang tunay na tagumpay ay bunga ng tiyaga, sipag at walang sawang pag-aaral ng sariling sining. Maraming artista ang dumadaan sa mahahabang taon ng pagod, puyat, walang katapusang ensayo at mga sandaling tila walang nakakapansin sa pagpupunyagi nila. And we know from experience that those who stay true to their craft, not for fame, but for the pure love of the art, are the ones who leave a lasting mark. Recognition doesn't always come quickly. Minsan, inaabot ng taon bago dumating ang tamang pagkakataon. But in the end, what matters most is the dedication to excellence, not just as a goal, but as a way of life. It's not about how fast you rise, but how strong a foundation you build. At kapag dumating na ang tagumpay, it's not just talent that gets you there, but the passion and integrity you've put into every step of the journey. Sa hapong ito, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan tungkol sa sining, dedikasyon at tagumpay, kasama ang premyadong aktres na si Kakki Teodoro. Magbabalik ang Art to Art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang isa sa mga tinaguriang breakout stars noong nakaraang 50th Metro Manila Festival, award-winning actress Kakki Teodoro. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Kakki.
Magandang hapon po, Miss Lisa. Kinikilig ako sa introduction niya. Thank you.
And welcome back to Art to Art. Kasi akala ko first time mo sa aming programa, pero hindi pala.
Parang feeling ko first time ulit.
Oo.
Kasi more than a decade na yung previous episode ko. Just kumusmus pa ako doon.
Baby Kakki.
Baby
Oo.
girl. Ngayon, ayan, a woman. Wow, a woman.
Yes. And award-winning.
Ay, God,
Pero
thank you.
sige, bago natin puntahan yan, balikan muna natin ang nakaraan. Paano ka munang naakit sa mundo ng teatro? Balita namin, isa sa mga naging inspirasyon mo ay ang papapanood ng mga Disney musicals
Yes.
as a little girl. At kailan mo unang naramdaman na gusto mong maging performer?
Tama po yung sinabi niyo. As a little girl, singing and performing was just a natural part of life. I remember growing up and just watching a lot of Disney musicals. And yun, as in every day, every afternoon, I would watch Little Mermaid or Cinderella. And
Memorize mo
then-
na lahat ng kanta,
Oo,
no?
memorize ko. Tapos kapag kasi I live in a house with all of my titos and titas, tas ako yung only child. So talagang kapag it's time na ni Ariel kumanta, tapos kakanta ako, tapos makikikanta sila. I'm like, no, it's my part. May ganun talaga ako daw noon. And it was just so natural to be singing. Parang ganun. And I didn't feel like it was performing. And then, So in school, if there's a school presentation and they're gonna ask someone to sing, okay, let's try, let's sing or dance. So I really just thought it was part of everyday life. It was self-expression. And then I really just decided to take it seriously in college. I remember in high school, I was thinking, this is just something that I do for fun. And my dream talaga was to become a broadcast journalist, a newscaster.
Okay.
Yun,
okay.
and so even in college, the course that I took was communication journalism. And then eventually it shifted to advertising. But when I joined Ateneo Blue Repertory, again, just for fun, it's a great way to meet friends. I realized that, wow, I'm with a group of people who I feel so relaxed with, and then we're all so passionate about the same thing. We're all learning together. And then I realized, okay, year after year, mas sineseryoso ko na yung teatro. And working with directors like Chari Arespocochaga, she was one of our first directors, and she really made me open myself up to being an actor. And it was the last year of college, my internship.
Okay.
So I had an internship working
ano
for
yung tinake up mo sa college?
communication, and then the track was from journalism, naging advertising track. So
okay.
copywriting,
I
mas
see,
nagsusulat.
I see.
Yeah. And so my internship was about advertising. I was working for a big advertising company, but then at the end of the workday, I was more excited na mag-usher ako sa building na katabi, which was RCBC Plaza, because I really wanted to be part of theater. Ano man yung role. It doesn't even matter if I was on stage, backstage, part of the ensemble, lead, it doesn't matter. I really enjoyed everything about it. Yung parang it feels so natural. There's a state of flow whenever
You were called.
I guess that was it po, Miss Lisa. I was called, and then I knew it was undeniable. I had to tell my mom. I had to tell her. I realized after this internship that I'm called to theater, and then I'm gonna be an actor.
Anong naging reaction ng parents mo when
Well,
you said na you wanted to become a full-time actress?
My mom is I was raised by a single mom, and she hustled hard para pag-aralin ako sa magandang universities and schools. So I understand talaga she was very concerned because the world of being a freelance actor is so unstable. So she had her concerns. How am I gonna put food on the table? Is the salary enough? Am I gonna have a lot of jobs consistently? So she was concerned, but I think because kilala rin niya ako, and she knows na meron akong fighting spirit like her, na I was gonna find a way. And I did show her na I'm gonna do this show, but I'm still writing and working for example, when I started the first year, I was writing for ABS-CBN, and I was hosting, I was doing voiceovers, and then I would do theater. So it has always been like that, na marami akong ginagawa at the same time, na may teatro.
Okay. But so, real talk, how is it like now
Yeah.
to be a full-time theater actor?
It's still always, the reality is it's really not a consistent, job in terms of getting contracts. We are lucky if we are booked for shows for, like abroad, diba? You're booked for at least a year, 2 years. I worked for Hong Kong Disneyland then, and our contract were 1 year as a vocalist. So that's good. But I also like it because it gives me the freedom to be in control of my life and to decide, okay, ano yung gusto kong gawin this year? I can really map out my plan and my goal. I can say, this year, I actually want to rest. Or this year, I'm gonna go focus on film. So I enjoy that freedom and the sense na lalo na ngayon na ang dami na ring opportunities.
Yes, yung dati,
Yes.
yung opportunity medyo kulang, di ba?
Yes.
Ngayon, I think, nag-improve na talaga
Grabe.
ang dami ng mga productions.
Marami
Ang
na-
dami ng mga theater companies.
Yes.
Ang daming mga actors na very freely pumupunta from one production to another.
That's correct.
Kasi sa ballet, medyo hindi pa
Hindi
talaga
pa rin po.
tinatanggap na if you're a member of one ballet company, hindi ka pwedeng basta na
lumipat.
lang lumipat at
Yes.
mag-perform for another ballet company.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's not the same for theater.
Yes,
no?
yes.
Oo.
I remember when I started in theater, there was still kind of a sense of that. Na if I started professionally with Repertory Philippines, so naturally, year after year, you're gonna audition for rep. Bihira pa yung mga nagko-crossover.
Yes, ayun, crossover.
Yes, bihira pa yun. So I remember, maybe it was Red Concepcion and I would be like, what if we audition for PETA? May mga ganun kami, let's audition for this show. Let's audition for Atlantis, ganyan. And we're like, wow, we can do that. And it used to be unheard of na the Filipino actors would perform. Di ba, meron ganun na the Filipino speaking shows versus the English speaking Western musicals, ganon. And so we're like, we can do both? Kaya naman yan eh. Sige, let's audition for both. Let's audition for Dulang UP, then let's audition for Atlantis at the same year. And then, pwede yan. And then now, it's really the way of life.
Yes.
And it's so exciting to see na actors having more of an agency and being able to choose the roles, the companies, the directors that they want to go for, want to work
Yes.
for.
Oo. Now, speaking about roles, sa dami ng nagawa mong roles sa teatro, which ones do you consider your most memorable? And why, of course? At ano naman yung pinaka-challenging?
Okay. One most memorable, I have three. I think I have three. I think I have three. Four na pala. But yeah.
Padami ng padami.
Padami ng
Oh,
padami.
okay.
There was one role would be kung paano ako naging leading lady. That's memorable para sa akin kasi ang role ko po doon, part ako ng ensemble. And there's a role there that's called PA system. It's just supposed to be a voice. Alert, introducing. Ganun lang siya, boses lang siya. And because original material and bibo kaming lahat, I was inspired by people na kakast ko and friends ko. Mencho Lochenko, Narca Bico, Kaisa Borromeo, Red Concepcion. So we were just like, original material. Oh, let's go. So because masyado akong pabibo, that role became an actual robot. And then so I realized na wow, ito talaga yung power na of doing an original material. When on script dapat boses lang to, tas naging totoong character, then eventually wala siya sa comics and then drino na lang siya. And then I felt like I had so much agency in creating talaga a role. So, pati yung look, pati yung costume. And then I said, wow, this is so enjoyable. Ito talaga yung I feel like I created something. So, mas na-encourage ako, after doing that show, mas na-encourage ako to really be more outspoken and to just contribute talaga, to not be afraid to speak my mind and to just really be there kapag rehearsals, just give it your all. After nun, I would say also, Himala, of course. Getting Ninya was a dream role. And I felt like I had to prove na kaya ko tong role na to. Because prior to that, parang all my roles were funny or what's this? Wholesome or given I also hosted kasi for Batibot. So parang meron din
Parang
akong
na-typecast ka
yeah,
na, no?
na-typecast ako na kaya ko to, kilala niyo naman ako outside of theater. So I really enjoyed going through that audition process. Parang butas ng karayom yung dinaanan ko with our director then, Ed Lacson Jr. And I was really I'm just gonna give it my all and I'm gonna trust na if this is for me, then it's for me. If it's my time, then it's my time. Because dream musical ko to na ginawa ni Sir Vincent de Jesus. And nung nakita ko na parang si Aisel yung magiging Elsa, parang pwede kaming mag-work together since magkaka-age kami. So, sabi ko, let's go. And then, it was just, until now, it's the miracle that keeps on giving. Never did we expect na gagawing movie ito. And I was just very, very happy. Nung nakuha ko yung Nimya, umiyak talaga ako. And that felt like an amazing time. And then, third would be Every Brilliant Thing, I would say. That was the play of the one-woman show that I did po, where I received the Gawad Buhay for lead performance. And I also felt like that was not part of the plan. I was just part of the production. I was an associate producer for that show because it was about mental health. In 2019, when kakapasa pa lang ng mental health bill. So that was the role of that show, and eventually we needed someone to cover, and then also as an alternate. And then our director, Jenny Hamora, was just like, let Kakki do it. And so I'm like, okay, sure, yes, and. And then, sige.
Fantastic.
Open muna kayo, and then I'll do it. And then it was, I didn't expect na the response would be great, and I enjoyed doing that material talaga.
Wait, you said about four.
Oh, yes,
What's the fourth?
The fourth is from a recent musical, Pinky Ann. That is also naimbitahan tayo ng Tanghalang Pilipino and director Jenny Hamora to play the role of Jose Rizal. And ang sabi ko, wow, ang bigat ng responsibility.
Oo nga, our national hero.
Yes, and on so many levels because I'm a woman playing
Yes,
Jose Rizal.
exactly.
So sabi ko, if it doesn't scare you, you need to do something that scares you also. So, and I remember doing that, and every time I would step on stage, I always feel scared, and sometimes I feel like, okay, I did well, and then sometimes I feel like, we could do better. And in a way,
Palagi namang ganun.
palaging ganun, yun na
Oo,
nga
pag live performance, you could always do better.
Yes.
Di ba?
Kaya, tama po kayo.
Okay, hold that thought, Kakki. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasamang premiadong aktres na si Kakki Teodoro. Dito pa rin sa Art to Art, magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art to Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa sining biswal, inihahandog ng Ayala Museum ang isang libreng exhibition, ang Kalunsuran, Images of City Life from the Shell National Students Art Competition Collection. Tampok dito ang mga obrang nagpapakita ng mga sari-saring imahe at karanasan sa syudad na napapaloob sa mga temang post-war impressions, mobility and migration, city dwellers, law and disorder, at the city never sleeps but always dreams. Nagbukas noong March 11, makikita ito hanggang May 4. Ang Ayala Museum ay matatagpuan sa Makati Avenue, corner de la Rosa Street sa Ayala Center, Makati. Isinasagawa naman mula March 19 hanggang 30 ang exhibit na pinamagatang Bravura ni Joe Balbarona sa Gallery Joaquin BGC. Lumikha si Balbarona ng mga Japanese Senbazuru-inspired paintings gamit ang mga geometric at floral patterns na karaniwang matatagpuan sa mga Japanese fabrics at sumisimbolo sa mga temang prosperity, longevity at harmony. Ang Gallery Joaquin BGC ay matatagpuan sa 1 Bonifacio High Street Mall, 5th Avenue, corner 28th Street, Bonifacio, Global City, Taguig. Sa kultura, inilunsad na ng Botany ang National Herbarium Division ng National Museum of the Philippines ang dalawang guidebooks, ang Flowering Plants in Mount Apo Natural Park at ang Beneath the Canopy, an illustrated tour of the flora of the Pantabangan Karanglan Watershed Forest Reserve. Ang mga ito ay mga praktikal na reference materials lalo na sa mga naturalists, botanists, researchers at maging sa mga nais maragdagan ang kanilang kaalaman sa mga bulaklak at mga tanim. Maaaring i-download ang e-copy ng dalawang aklat mula sa www.nationalmuseum.gov.ph/publications.
tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa!
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at madupit na dumit-mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Andito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama pa rin natin ang Metro Manila Film Festival Best Supporting Actress na si Kakki Teodoro. Kakki, sobrang iconic ng Himala.
Thank you.
In the history of Philippine cinema,
Agree.
basically. Ano ang pakiramdam mo na naging bahagi ka ng bagong version na ito? And was this your first venture into making a film?
Really, Himala, even without hearing about the musical, film pa lang, it really is iconic. I remember watching it in film class and thinking, grabe talaga tong pelikula, ang ganda-ganda. And then when I heard na may musical, nung panahon na nasa teatro na ako noon, I saw the concert sa PETA, and then I saw both Kalila Aguilos and Isay Alvarez Senia play the role of Nimia. And then I said, wow, this is a dream role. Dream role. At the time, kilala ko na si Sir Vincent noon. And then I said, Sir Vince, if magkakaroon ng Himala ulit, na restaging, wow, I would love to audition for that. And then I didn't even say na gusto ko si Nimia. Then he said, alam mo yung boses mo bagay kay Nimia. Then in my mind, okay.
Yes.
Then let's go for Nimia.
Ayun na, sinabi na niya.
Oo. So sabi ko talaga, pag in my lifetime, if magkaroon ng audition ng Himala, I'm gonna give it my all, as in, this will be the dream project. And so I can't believe na nakuha ko po yung role.
Yeah, you've played Nimia on stage since 2018.
That's correct. When we restaged Himala Isang Musical, we did not have any alternates. And it was a different direction ni Sir Ed Lacson from the 2003 musical version, directed by Soxito Pasio. And this time we were in the round. Our Elsa is Aisel Santos. Our Chayong was Naomi Gonzalez. We had Between Escalante as Nanay Saling. And then, wala kaming alternates. We really immersed ourselves in the 2018 musical. And then because of the clamor and it won a lot of awards, it swept the Gawad Buhay, nag-rerun po kami ng 2019. And then, both versions napanood ni Direk Pepe Jocno. And then he said, one day, it will be his dream to make this musical into a musical film. And he was gonna bring the same cast. And we did not know na ito na pala yung pangarap niya. So it was really like, just magical forces in the universe happening. And when it was time na sinabi sa amin, una si Sir Vincent yung nagsabi sa amin, start of the year. But again, ano pa lang to, hindi pa po sure. May interesadong gumawa ng Himala Isang Musical na film. Sabi niya nung start of 2024. And then we're like, when then we'll see kung mangyayari talaga. Until na, even Ricky Lee, Sir Ricky saw me in Bar Boys. After watching me in Bar Boys, the musical, he was like, nakwento na ba sa'yo? Nasabihan ka na ba ni Sir Vincent? Tapos parang, oo, nasabi na po kami, Sir Ricky. And then, si Pepe Jocno, yung interesado. And I'm like, really? And then, meron na kaming, group sa Facebook. And then, until na-announce na kami sa MMFF. Until then, until na-announce kami po nung July 15, we were really not sure. We were really like, until ma-announce kami, then we'll see. And then, nung na-announce na talaga kami, okay, this is real. This is really happening. Prior to that po, my only venture into film, nakadalawa or tatlong films na rin po ako noon. Because during the pandemic, nung nawala ang live entertainment, I really, my mental health was not okay. And I really told myself, I am an actor on any medium. And I need to get over my fears or just my belief, my own self-belief before na taga-teatro ako eh. And dito ako komportable. And I'm just gonna do theater. So I was very resistant prior to the pandemic na mag-teleserye or magmo-movie. And then, nung pandemic, sabi ko, no, I have to act. Ano man yung platform. Ano man yung medium. So, I started joining teleseries, movies, films. So, before nag-start yung Himala, meron na rin po akong
Meron ka ng experience.
konting experience po. But for all of us, it's the first for a Filipino musical.
Yes, musical.
Na live. Live po namin kinanta kasi lahat. So, it was a learning experience for everyone.
Yes. So, may kakaibang pressure bang dala ang pagtawid ng role from live on stage sa pelikula? How different is doing a musical on stage from filming the same material for the big screen naman?
Yes. There was a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. And then I remember talking immediately to sina Aisel and Naomi. We have like a tatlong Maria chat group. And we're like, we have to take this day by day. Because if we look at it, we're gonna get overwhelmed. So let's just take it day by day, kung ano yung sequence. And we're gonna just trust each other and learn from our director. We're also very lucky that Director Pepe Jokno is someone who really trusts us and really respected us as theater actors. Na meron na kaming dala na proseso and that he's gonna guide us into this whole new world. Ganun. And he did, along with Director Carlo Mendoza. They guided us on how to, dito lang yung eksena, ito yung camera nyo. Ito yung, kailangan nyo mag-adjust ng konti kasi ito lang yung ilaw. O sige. So every day, parang ang saya because nakaka-excite. Ang daming natututunan. But a lot of pressure, yes. I remember before mag-start yung shoot days namin, which was September, I was so pressured about my looks primarily. I was like thinking, and again, it's a very shallow thing, but it happens because we're performers. It's a visual medium. So I remember thinking, gosh, I don't have the same body anymore as when I did Nimia 5 years ago. I know Aisel was also sharing the same concerns na she's a mom of 2 now. Kaya pa ba namin to? And then I remember talking to someone and I remember being so concerned about, for example, dieting or like just trying to feel like I look the part. And then I remembered even just going through the script. And then I remember talking to someone, you know what? Nimia doesn't care. You think Nimia cares? Then I'm like, you know what? Nimia doesn't care.
Exactly.
And you know what? Whatever happens, what's important is yung spirit ni Nimia ay ma-deliver ko. And then,
Well, fun fact, when Himala was first produced in 1982, napanalunan din ni Gigi Dueñas ang MMFF Award for the same role.
Yes.
Nung tinawag ang pangalan mo bilang Best Supporting Actress, ano ang pumasok sa isip mo?
Ang pumasok sa isip ko ay, first, I grabbed my phone because during dinner, sinabihan lang ako ni Ed Lacson the night before na, just in case you have to write something. And then I'm like, will I win? Si Chando Romero nandyan. And then, Chando Romero arrived and she was looking so beautiful. And I was really thinking, meron ba akong chance? Because we also don't know if we are even nominated until ma-announce yung names namin. So during dinner, I just wrote names to thank. And then nung na-announce yung name ko, it was everything happening at the same time. I wanted to cry. I wanted to scream. I grabbed my phone because I'm like, thank goodness I wrote something.
Mabuti na lang, ano?
Mabuti na lang talaga. During dinner, I was just writing names. And then, while I was walking there, I said, I need to introduce myself. They don't know who I am. I need to introduce myself. So, ayan na. Nung nandun na ako, I really wanted to cry, and then buti there was time na in-adjust ni Robbie Domingo yung mic because it was so high. I'm so small. And then he was adjusting, and then during that time I was like, thank you, Robbie Domingo. And then so they laughed because inasar ako ng mga kakas ko. Nagpa-cute ka pa talaga. Sabi ko, no, I'm just thanking. And then I got myself together. Then I said, ako po si Kakki Teodoro. Ako po ay 37 years old. Ako po ay mula sa mundo ng teatro. And then I just felt like I wanted to cry, but then I needed to say, give my thanks, and it was just so overwhelming and beautiful, and grabe yung energy in that room. I saw everyone scream, and even if they didn't know me, they were cheering for me.
Like, napakalaking significance yung moment na yun for the theater community.
I didn't really realize how much it would create, how much of an impact it would create for the people watching it. I really just wanted, I'm always proud to be from theater. So I am proud to represent. And I wanted to say my age because I'm like, 37 is not young. But you know, sometimes things take time, and you can achieve your dreams at any age, honestly. So sabi ko, I'm proud. I'm proud to be a millennial. I'm proud to be from theater. But then it was the impact of that, like Dali De Leon messaged me after, friends Nico Manalo, and then even people who I don't know, people who are just starting in theater, and they're like, your mundo ng teatro, mula sa mundo ng teatro, sabi niya, what an impact. So they're like, we always say it now, we're proud of that, and then I'm like, yes, I'm still proud. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, after the award, are you open now to doing more film or TV projects?
Yes. I would love to do more film and TV projects. Na-enjoy ko siya. Sobrang na-enjoy ko na siya. And I'm like, ano ba itong iniisip ko before na it might be too much for me? Baka mapagod ako. No, it's a different experience. So I'm excited to learn. Prior to the filming of Himala also, I was part of Senior High. So that was my first serye. And I also enjoyed my process there, playing Principal Pirino. So I would love to do more films and teleseries. And I'm game for it. Hopefully there are also more opportunities abroad as well.
Okay. Pero your heart is in the theater?
Yes, always.
Okay.
Always.
Well, at syempre, sa hapong ito, isa sa mga hinihintay natin ay ang espesyal na awit mula sa ating espesyal na panauhin. Bago yan, Kakki, can you please give us a brief introduction to your song number at bakit mo napili para sa hapong ito, para sa programa namin?
Itong kanta na to ay yung puso ni Nimya, mararamdaman mo dito. Ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-paborito kong kanta sa Himala, isang musikal. Makikilala mo kung sino si Nimya talaga bilang tao sa simpleng kanta na to at kung gano'n niya kamahal yung kanyang mga kaibigan. Ito ay Ako'y Mayroong Kwento.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome ang premiadong musical theater actress na si Miss Kakki Teodoro.
Ako'y mayroong kwento ng tatlong magkakaibigan, si Chayong, si Elsa, at ako. Parang kanin na malagkit, pagkadikit-dikit, di mapaghiwalay kahit anong pilit. Ang tatlong Maria kung tawagin nila, si Chayong na madasalin, si Elsa na kay talino, at ako. At ako biglang dumating na para bang unos, hangin kay bagis, binulabog ang ayos. Ang maliit na lamat ng pagkakaibigan ay naturog ng tuluyan. Parang kanin na malakit, pagkadikit-dikit. Kahit aming sugat, isa ang sakit. Ako'y mayroong kwento, ngunit ngayon'y limot ko na. Paano nga ba nagwakas? Paano nga ba nagwakas?
Yes! Woo, 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 woo! Maraming salamat sa pagdalaw mo sa amin sa hapong ito, Kakki. Congratulations on your big win at the 50th Metro Manila Film Festival last December at sana ay masundan pa ito hindi lang maraming awards, kundi maraming magagandang proyekto. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art to Art kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.